Evangelist handed him a rolled up parchment, which Christian hesitantly unrolled, and within it was written, "Flee from the wrath to come." The man, after reading it and looking over Evangelist very carefully, said, "Where must I flee to?" Then Evangelist pointed with his finger over a very wide field. Evangelist said to him, "Do you see that far-off fence gate?" Christian said, "No." Evangelist, "Do you see that distant shining light?" Christians, "I think I do." Evangelist, "Keep that light in your eye and go directly towards it, so that you shall see the fence gate, at which, when you knock, you will be told what you should do." So I saw in my dream that the man began to run. Now he had not run far from his own house, when his wife and children, seeing him fleeing, began to cry after him to return. But the man put his fingers in his ears and ran on crying, "Christian, life, life, eternal life." So he did not look behind him, but fled towards the middle of the plain. The neighbors also came out to see him run. And as he ran, some mocked, others threatened, some cried after him to return. Among those that did so, there were two that resolved to bring him back by force. The name of the one was Obstinate, and the other was Pliable. Now by this time, the man was a good distance from them. However, they swore to pursue him, which they did, and in a little time they overtook him. Then said Christian, "Neighbors, why have you come after me?" They said, "To persuade you to go back with us." Christian, "That cannot happen, because you dwell," he said, "in the city of destruction, the place where I also was born. Dying there, sooner or later, I have seen, you will sink lower than the grave, into a place that burns with fire and brimstone. Come away with me, my good neighbors, and save yourselves as well." "What?" said Obstinate, "and leave all of our friends and comforts behind us?" Christian, "Yes, because everything that you would abandon is not worthy to be compared to the tiniest bit of that which I am searching to find. If you would come with me and hold it yourself, you will be equal to myself. Where I'm going, there is more than enough to spare. Come with me, and you can prove my words to yourself." Obstinate, "What are these things you seek, since you're looking to leave the world behind to find them?" Christian, "I seek a place that can never be destroyed, one that is pure and that cannot fade away. It is laid up in heaven and safe there, to be given, at the appointed time, to those that seek it with all of their hearts. Read it for yourself if you want my book." "Tush," said Obstinate, "forget your book. Will you come back with us or not?" Christian, No, I will not, because I've already made my decision." Obstinate, "Well then, neighbor Pliable, let's turn around and go on home without him. They're these wild fools that, when they begin daydreaming, are wiser in their own eyes than 7 men that are filled with reason and intelligence. I'm afraid our poor friend Christian is one of those wild fools at the moment." Then said Pliable, "Wait, what if Christian is right, that the things he searches for are better than ours? My heart is inclined to go with him." Obstinate, "What, another fool? Listen to me, and go back. Who knows where such a sick-minded person would lead you? Go back and be wise." Christian, "Come with me, Pliable. There are so many things to be had which I've told you about, and many more glorious things besides that. If you don't believe me, read it here in this book for yourself. And as for the truth of what it says, look, everything is bought by the blood of he who made it." "Well, neighbor Obstinate," said Pliable, "I'm beginning to come to a decision. I intend to go along with Christian and join him on his journey." "But, my good companion," Pliable said, turning to Christian, "do you know the way to this desired place?" Christian, "I received some directions from a man named Evangelist to hurry towards a little gate that is before us, where we will receive directions about the way." Pliable, "Come then, good neighbor, let's get going." Then they both went off together. "And I will go back to my place," said Obstinate. "I won't be a companion to such misled strange people." Now, I saw in my dream that after Obstinate had left, Christian and Pliable were walking over the plain, and they began to chat. Christian, "Well, Pliable, my friend, how are you doing? Glad you've decided to come along with me." If Obstinate had felt even the slightest bit of what I felt concerning the powers and terrors of what's still unseen, he would not have let us walk off so easily. Pliable. Come on now, Christian. Since there's just the two of us here, tell me more about what these things are, and how we will enjoy them where we are going. Christian. I can see them better within my mind than I can speak of them with my tongue. But yet, since you want to know, I will read them to you from my book. Pliable. And do you really think these words in your book are true? Christian. Yes, definitely, because it was made by him that can't lie. Pliable. Truly. What things are they that we will find? Christian. There is an endless kingdom to be enjoyed, an everlasting life to be given us, and we may live in that kingdom forever. Pliable. Wow. And what else? Christian. There are crowns of glory to be given to us, and clothing that will make us shine like the sun in the sky. Pliable. This is amazing. What else? Christian. There shall be no more crying, no more sorrow, because the owner of the place will wipe away all the tears from our eyes. Pliable. And who will we see there with us? Christian. There will be seraphims and cherubims, creatures that will shock your eyes when you look at them. There you will also meet with thousands and tens of thousands that have gone before us into that place. None of them are hurtful, but all are loving and holy, every one walking in the sight of God, and standing in his presence with acceptance forever. There we will see the elders with their golden crowns. We will see the holy women with their golden harps. There we will see men that the world has cut into pieces, burned in flames, drowned in the seas, thrown into and eaten by beasts, for the love they had for the Lord of this place, all restored and clothed with everlasting life, just like clothing. Pliable. Hearing this is enough to warm one's heart. But how are these things going to be enjoyed? How do we get our share of it? Christian. The Lord, the governor of this country, has written in this book. In short, if we truly are willing to have it, he will give it to us freely. Pliable. Oh, my good friend, I'm glad to hear of these things. Come on, hurry, let's increase our pace. Christian. I can't go as fast as I want to, because of this burden on my back. Now I saw in my dream that just as they had entered this conversation, they drew up to a very dirty swamp that was in the middle of the plain, and then they, being reckless, both fell suddenly into the bog. The name of the swamp was Despond.